It is time that we start talking about who's going to be the next Immortal or perhaps the next couple of Immortals.
The players that have been really lucky so far to miss out, in my opinion, have been Ronnie Coote, Norm Provan. Mal's been unlucky. He was unlucky when Joey got nominated. And I tell you the other bloke that history forgets, like they do. History forgets a lot of great players. Brett Kenny. Brett Kenny was a phenomenon. And we just forget what a winner he was at every level of the game here and in England. Who's going to be the next one? I'd say it's difficult, Gus, because I want to pay respect to people like Norm Provan and Ron Coote, and I think they deserve. I just can't go past Cameron Smith.
Really? Well,
Can't
even if he's playing, because he could play for another 2 or 3 years, and if they give it in the next, let's say, year, would you give it to him playing?
I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it to be retired for a couple of seasons. I'm not exactly sure. I'd love to find out. That may be the case. But if that isn't the case, I'd have no problem naming Cameron Smith.
Wow.
Because I think, in my opinion, he's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah, I've just got a drama with the fact that it's Rugby League's Hall of Fame. You know, it's our holy grail, if you will. The fact that we've only got 8 Immortals over 110 years of rugby league is a crying shame for me.
There is a Hall of Fame as well, MG.
Okay.
There is a Hall of Fame, and then there's the Immortals that sit above that.
Like the Cricket Hall of Fame, we know about. We don't hear as much about our Hall of Fame. We know all about.
No, we don't. That's right.
And I think the Immortals is if you're Immortal of our game, well, you're held in such high regard.
So you think there should be more? There's only 8 so far.
Like they did with the first incarnation of Immortals, 4. I think they should do 4 every 10 years. Every 10 years, induct the other 4 in.
But you don't have to. But if there's quality enough,
Matty's mentioned names like Ron Coote and Norm Provan should be in it. Then you got Mal Meninga should be in it. Darian Lockyer should be in it, and Cameron Smith should be in it.
Jonathan Thurston probably should be in it.
Jonathan Thurston will be in it.
And there'll be debate going onwards about people like Billy Slater as well.
So
Greg Inglis.
if I was the boss, if I was having my vote right now, and I'm going along the criteria that I'm trying to introduce, 4 every 10 years, I'd have. From the past, Provan and Coote. From the present and future, Lockyer and Smith.
Okay, Meninga misses out. See, that argument, Lockyer and Meninga, they're both brilliant players, so it's hard to split them. But what about Meninga with his coaching, the Kangaroos to Australia, Queensland,
I think it
Canberra?
is what they look at is just on playing. That's why I've always been a big push for Mal, and people have pointed out now, but it's what they did as a player.
And I think Mal will be an Immortal.
Tell you the other one, and again, it's one of these ones we forgot. You forget so many great players, like June Miles.
Oh, wow.
Was unbelievable, you know. But
Shane Webke.
Yeah,
Glenn Lazarus.
Yeah, Lazarus was
like everywhere he goes when he comp.
Bradley Clyde when he hit. You know, there's been some incredible players that for whatever reason don't get the raps they deserve. Like a Gavin Miller, like the great Ron Massey, who was a rugby league encyclopedia. No one knew more about rugby league or knows more about rugby league than Mass. And Mass used to say all the time, who's the greatest of all time? And he used to say Gavin Miller.
Yeah,
he said, because Matty, I used to see him every week, and every week he was like 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, he changed the way rugby league was played. He was the first player to do what he did as a back rower. And we used to go, wow, how did he get that ball away? How does he set that play up? How does he get through that gap? And how does he do 50 tackles?
It's a fine balance, isn't it? Keeping it special and exclusive, but then not leaving deserving people out of it.
Yeah.
Like Norm Provan, come on. The bloke is,
I took my youngest.
He's on the trophy, isn't he?
I took my youngest bloke into St George League Club one day, and I said, "I want to come. I'll show you something." And we went and had a look at all those St George sides who won 11 in a row. 11 in a row? Was it 11? Yes, 11 in a row. And,
55 to 66, I think.
And, mate, I said, look at this bloke, Norm Provan. He almost appeared in every side.
Yeah, as a player or a coach.
Incredible.
What a player.
The Grill Team, Gus, MG, and Matty Johns.